Alright, what is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Cataclysm215, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing Supreme Clientele 2 by Ghostface Killah. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button for more hip hop. Now that we got all that good stuff out of the way, yeah, the one thing I'm not going to do is sit here and try to compare it too much to Supreme Clientele 1. I mean, these two albums are what, 25 years apart. I mean, it's not really fair to do that. But as a standalone project, I really enjoy this album. And yeah, guys, let's get right into the track listing. All right, so right off the bat, the album starts with Iron Man, produced by Cheddar Bang. What a way to start off the album. Absolute banger. Ghostface is in prime form on this song. Just a very, very good way to start the album off. And then you have Sample 420 featuring M.O.P. And full disclosure, guys, you guys know I'm all about transparency. I absolutely love M.O.P. I don't think Lil Fame or Billy Danze are the greatest lyricists in the world, but these motherfuckers know how to put together a great song. And this song is just another example of that. They know how to put amazing songs together as well as albums. And I just love seeing M.O.P. and Ghostface both on this song together. It's produced by Duff, another absolute banger. Really enjoyed the song. But if I'm being completely honest, Ghostface definitely had the best verse on this. And then it goes into Curtis May, featuring Styles P and Conway the Machine. And the production credits are Ghostface Killah. Looks like he's the one that produced this song. Another absolute banger. Styles P actually had my favorite verse on this song. Absolutely loved it. And then you had Fourth Disciple, which was produced obviously by Fourth Disciple. This is a Ghostface Killah story about how just basically him losing somebody that he's close to right in front of his eyes. And yeah, I mean, Ghostface just paints a picture so beautifully on the song. And then you have Windows, produced by Ghostface and Scram Jones. Honestly, this is my favorite song on the entire album. I actually love the energy on this song, love the production on it, love the vocals in the background. Just absolute banger. Love this song. Then after that, we get into the old school section of the album. It seems like Ghostface wanted to pay homage to, classic 80s and early 90s hip hop. And he goes into the song Georgy Porgy, shout out to MC Light, produced by Ghostface Killah. And this is basically like a cinematic story of violence in New York City. Absolute banger. I mean, you guys have heard the sample before, though. Yeah, it's just a Ghostface version of it, basically. And then you go into Breakbeats, also produced by Ghostface, where Ghost is just going off with some old school breakbeats. Another just absolute banger. It's going to give you some nostalgia for sure, especially if you grew up on 80s hip hop. And then you go into Beatbox, featuring Ty Boogie and Aisha Hill, produced by Ghostface and Danny Caiazzo. Another like absolute banger. I mean, he's rhyming over like some beatboxing and just paying homage to the hip hop culture and the old school and all that good stuff. And then we go into the lead single, Rap Kingpin, produced by Scram Jones and Ghostface. This samples My Melody by Rakim and Mighty Healthy by Ghostface. I mean, you guys have heard this song before, I'm sure. Just absolute banger, of course. Up next, we have the concept song The Trial, featuring Raekwon, Method Man, GZA, Pillz, and Reek the Villian, produced by Rhodes Art. And this is basically a concept song of Ghostface and Raekwon being on trial. Method Man, I believe, played the judge in this song. And I mean, it's a cool song, but to be honest, if you go back and listen to Testify by Common off of the B album, that song is like kind of like a similar concept song, and it's 10 times better than this. I was a bit disappointed in the song, if I'm being completely honest, especially after seeing who was featured on it before I listened to the song. Yeah, it's okay, but definitely not my favorite. And then you have Love Me Anymore featuring Nas, produced by J Black. This is another one of the bangers on the album for sure. Very introspective and very deep lyrics by both Ghostface and Nas. And then you have Soul Thang featuring Sun God, NEMS, Supreme Intelligence, Driz, Iceman, and Reek the Villian. Another absolute banger. It's produced by Danny Caiazzo. And yeah, the freaking sample on this song is absolutely amazing. And the beat, not the beats, but the lyrics on it, definitely dope. Definitely worth checking out. And then you have the second single off of the album, which was produced by Metaphysics. And yeah, another absolute banger. Now Ghostface did say this was a song that was recorded over 20 years ago, but he wanted to include it in this album. Yeah, definitely worth checking out for sure. And then after that, you have Candyland, produced by Sean C and LV. This song is basically Ghostface comparing to different drugs to different candies and things like that. Very cool concept song. Not my absolute favorite on the album, but definitely worth a listen. And then you have the Zoom, where Ghostface is rhyming over an extremely old school soul sample, and yeah, it's just him going off and kind of in very braggadocious in he's in very braggadocious fashion on this song, talking about some very explicit things. Not gonna get too much into it, but yeah, definitely worth checking out. And then you have another one of the highlights of the album, "You My Friend" featuring Method Man. This is basically talking about like the things that you would do for somebody that if you consider them a very close friend of yours, and if you really have love for that person. It's produced by Ray Scavo. I'm sorry, Scavo the Third, and yeah, definitely worth checking out. I really enjoyed Ghostface and Method Man's verses on this song for sure. But yeah. Um, if I'm looking at the overall project, it's definitely not a classic like Supreme Clientele 1 or even as good as Iron Man or Fish Scale. But yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. Um, yeah, I would give this album a 7 out of 10. It's not as good as Raekwon's Emperor's New Clothes, but it's very close. Really enjoyed listening to this. Can't wait to listen to it again over the next couple days. But some of my for sure standouts are Windows, You My Friend, Rap Kingpin, Rap Kingpin, Metaphysics. Yeah. It's just a really dope album. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for me though, guys. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I will see you on the next one. Peace.